Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Stock Show Confidential. I'm Terry Jordan. Behind me, you see the historic grounds of the Fort Worth Stockyards. You know, over 100 years ago, over 4 million cattle traveled through this area on the Chisholm Trail. Well, I can tell you history and tradition is alive and well here in Fort Worth, Texas, as we take you to the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Here in Fort Worth, we met one of the bright young showmen, Mr. Tyler Mogford. Let's follow along and see how his day went. Well, I'm here with Tyler Mogford at the Fort Worth Stock Show. Now, Tyler, today wasn't the day. Tomorrow is the actual day that you're going to go in, right?
Yes, sir. I'm showing in the first class of heavyweights tomorrow morning.
Tell me about, you've had some tremendous success showing goats throughout your career. Tell me some of the highlights.
A couple years ago, I actually won the Arizona National Livestock Show. I have won the Tri-State Fair and Rodeo. South Plains Stock Show had a reserve middleweight division at Kansas City, the American Royal in Kansas City. I've also won Sandhill Stock Show and also granted and reserve granted my county show, as well as numerous showmanship awards throughout that.
Wow. Well, you know, and I knew that a little bit about you. I knew you'd kind of had a stellar career in showmanship. And we like to always talk to folks back home when we're talking about one of these goat shows around the country. It's not just about getting here the day of the show. There's a lot of other things that go into that. Tell me what your daily routine is.
My daily routine generally consists of waking up about 6:30 in the morning, going out, feeding all the animals, making sure they have enough water, that they're healthy, they're not sick, they don't have snotty noses, and that they're just doing good. Then I'll feed them and make sure they're all happy, put them up. Then when I get back out of school, 4:30, I'll start walking those goats. I'll spend about 2 hours every day walking goats, and then we'll tread them on a treadmill, work them on a table, develop all these kind of skills to use during the show to build their endurance and to build my endurance. So I don't tire and they don't get tired.
Whenever you go to one of the sales, what are you looking for whenever you get out to one of the sales? Because whenever you're looking at a small goat like that, it's hard to analyze and actually know what they're going to develop into. Tell me what you're looking for.
When I look at the goats, I always look from the ground up. I want to see their feet are set wide, they're square, their legs are straight, because you can have a goat that has this square and you can build the muscling onto that goat. It does not take much to build muscle, but if you don't have the frame and the structure to put that muscle on, you're not going to get anywhere without it.
Has there ever been a time that you've come to one of these shows and you thought, I've got the guy to win this thing, and it just didn't turn out that way?
Actually numerous times. I mean, I may think I have the best goat in the world, and that judge is going to say, no, your goat's good, but this goat's better. And he'll explain it to you. That's what I love about judges, is they take the time to tell you what your goat lacks in to make it the grand champion. And there are times where I don't agree with what he says, but I also know what he says is final, and I'm gonna live with it, learn from it, and go down the road and hope to win another show.
How difficult is it whenever you come to what we consider a terminal show, that you know that goat's gonna go on a truck?
Probably the most difficult deal is knowing I've worked my butt off on that goat, and sometimes I get the gate and it's kind of hard, just thinking, well, that was almost like a waste of time for my animal, spending hours upon hours working and getting that animal ready and him not doing it. I mean, that's probably the hardest deal for me, is to get over the feeling that was just a waste of time for me. That I know that there's other shows to go on to and keep on working for it.
Well, and you also understand too, within this industry, that goes into our food supply. Mm-hmm. So it's putting a meal on somebody's plate somewhere down the road.
Yeah, and I get that too. And it's, no matter what we do, we're making an impact. Whether we're winning a show or feeding a family, it all comes down to helping others. And to me, that's the biggest deal ever, is I can make myself better, but I can make so many other people that much better too.
If you could offer a young kid, just starting out, some advice, what would be the one thing that you would tell them?
I would have to tell them, don't get discouraged, because it is one of the best deals I've ever done in my life, and I wouldn't be who I am today if I was not shown. Just keep on working. Never give up, because the moment you give up, you're going to lose.
Tell me a little bit about your aspirations as you go ahead and graduate from high school. What are you talking about doing?
I'm actually thinking going into international business, commerce, trade, kind of along those lines, and with a focus in agriculture, so I can not only help American economy, but help other developing countries with their food supplies.
I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. We'll catch you in the ring, so put a smile on. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're watching Stock Show Confidential, and it's only getting started.
Well, friends, be sure and check out StockShowConfidential.com, our Breeders' Corner. We have the top lamb, goat, pig, and cattle breeders listed there. Check it out.
When it comes to the livestock industry, nobody has more pride for their products than Sullivan Show Supply. Our products are handmade by many retired farmers right here in America. And for them, this isn't just a job, it's their lifestyle. We work hard to produce the highest quality products in the industry for every family like ours that raise, breed, and show livestock. So check us out at SullivanSupply.com.
At every show we go to, we meet so many families that overcome and achieve inside and outside the show ring. Let's meet the Snap family. Well, friends, here at the Fort Worth Stock Show, we ran across the Snap family, and well, I think they had a snapping good day the last couple of days. Stayed on the dirt here with them at Fort Worth. Now, Angie, this is kind of a special story with your kids here. They have some vision problems. Tell me about that.
Faith and Caleb are 11-year-old twins, and they were born at 27 weeks, so that's 13 weeks premature. And because of the prematurity, it did affect their vision, and they are legally blind. And so for them to be able to come and participate and do well is just an amazing thing.
Now, Faith, I'm going to turn back here and talk to you just a moment, because you showed yesterday, but you've been showing for quite a few years. Tell me how you got started and what made you interested in showing goats.
Well, my sister started out showing goats first, and she seemed like a good role model, and I wanted to follow after her, and I thought it would be a really fun sport for me and Caleb.
All right, Caleb, jump in here for a minute with me and tell me exactly how your day went today.
It went great. I had a lot of fun in the ring, and I was very excited to see one of my friends get first.
Now, you also had a young lady in there helping you today. What does she do for you? What does she, whenever she's in there, what's she telling you?
She tells me when my goat's back legs are messed up. She tells me where the judge is, and when he moves his hand, like if he pulls me or something, she tells me that he did.
All right, now I'm going to turn back here to JC back here on the backside. JC, obviously, you spend a lot of time with both your brother and your sister. Tell me about your day.
Well, I mean, we wake up every morning and Caleb will go out and feed goats, and we'll go out, we'll kind of help him so he knows where to go and that kind of thing, but he loves just taking care of the goats. That's his thing. Then we'll come home after school, and I'll be with the twins, and I'll help them put the goats on the walker, and so they can see the rings and everything, and we'll walk the goats for a while. And then after that, we'll usually split ways. Faith and I will feed the horses, and then Caleb will go and he'll feed his goats. It's been an amazing experience helping them. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better brother and sister. I wouldn't trade them for anything. They're amazing kids.
Faith, real quick, tell me who's your biggest role model in your life?
A guy that works in our barn. His name is Tyler Jasper. He's probably my biggest role model because he competes at the big world horse shows on his quarter horse Dynamite, and I just think he's a great role model, and I want to do the same thing he does.
All right, give me your role models real quick.
I have to say Faith and Caleb are my biggest role models. I mean, they're so successful in what they do. They act so normal and they function so well, and I think that that's the coolest thing.
God only gives very special people these kind of kids, and you've got three of the best that I know of.
Thank you so much. We are very blessed.
Things get a little intense here in Fort Worth. When we come back from commercial break, more action from the Fort Worth Stock Show. Don't go anywhere.
And on the 9th day, after God made a farmer, God looked down on his planned paradise and needed someone to show off his prized creations. So God made a stock show kid. He needed someone also that would get up before school, feed, exercise, and groom his show animals, and then do it all over again after school in the heat, the cold, the driving rain, or blowing snow. So God made a stock show kid. God said, I need someone who'll set an example for other young people. Someone who'd be on the honor roll, play sports, play music, and be involved in their church. So God made a stock show kid. God said, I need someone who will set a standard, who will teach a lesson about being a humble winner and a gracious loser. Someone who will travel all night, stay up all day, and be ready for the show ring in 5 minutes. So God made a stock show kid. It had to be somebody that, when asked, would shear a lamb, fit a steer, show a pig, or goat for a friend, that knows how to change a flat, back a trailer, and asks for nothing in return. So God made a stock show kid. Someone who would bond a family together as parents gaze across the show ring with a laugh, a sigh, and sometimes a cry, and with a smile in their eye, and then reply. They are just like me, doing what Mom and Dad did. So God made a stock show kid.
Love the show, Stock Show Confidential, RFD TV.
Let's head over to the horse ring and meet the Vance family and see how their experiences here in Fort Worth went. Well, friends, as we travel the country, we'll always run into interesting stories. Well, we ran across the Vance family, Karen, Madison, and Morgan here, and you had a really good day today. Tell me about your day.
Today we showed at the Palomino part of the Fort Worth Stock Show. Yesterday we did all the ground classes, showmanship, halter, color, which is more conformation, and today we did all of the riding classes, and yesterday we went undefeated. Oh, wow. And this morning, thank you.
Madison, tell me at what age that you started riding?
I've been riding my whole life. My first show was actually when I was 3 weeks old at the Denver Stock Show in Colorado.
So no stopping you then, huh?
Yeah, I love it. It's what I love to do.
Karen, tell me what got your girls interested in riding horses.
I've done it my whole life. My husband was a professional trainer before his current occupation, and we had raised a lot of other people's children in the horse show environment, taught them how to ride, and it was a natural progression to bring our own kids into this environment.
Morgan, let's talk a little bit more about today, because I know it was kind of a special day for you.
It was.
Tell me about what happened at the end of your class.
Well, that was my last class to be partners with Lacey, and as we came out over the class, I burst into tears. I really did. We ended up winning the class unanimously, and I sold Lacey whenever I got done with my class.
You know, I know that's got to be a difficult thing for you, because you were the only person that ever rode that horse.
For the past 2 years, no one else has ever thrown a leg over her. I've rode her every day, all day long.
But you also told me she's going to go to a very nice home.
She is. She's going to Missouri.
So now you're going to move into a different class.
I am. I'm actually looking into the reining industry, kind of get a little more broad in my horse knowledge.
Where do you see the progression? Where do you see this taking you later in life? I know that you're 17 right now.
Yes.
You're also going to go off to college,
yes.
Obviously. Agricultural degree?
Possibly, quite possibly. I'm looking into ag law, and I conceivably want to be on the Oklahoma State equestrian team. Not next year, but the year after.
These animals are probably taken better care of than most children in the United States.
Oh, absolutely. These horses are our pride and joy. They're our number one priority, you know. We'd rather give them a bath rather than ourselves, whether we probably don't want to admit that, but you know. There is no halftime, there is no breaks. You don't get to go home and just not feed your horses. It's a full-time job, it's a lifestyle, it's not a hobby. You put all your money, your effort, your everything into these animals.
Karen, for folks that want to get into the horse industry, kind of give me a progression of where to start, how that goes along.
The horse industry is a very user-friendly industry. There's a 4-H program or an FFA program in almost every county in the country. Maybe not both, and maybe not as good in one county as another county, but it is very much a nationwide industry. There's lots and lots of places to get started. It should require one phone call to your local extension office to find out who the horse professionals, or at least the people that are involved in the horse industry in your area, would be. Anyone that does horses knows who the 4-H friendly families are, who the 4-H friendly horses are, and that's where you start.
You know, and that's one of the things that a lot of people may not understand, that whenever you get on a horse, you've got 2 brains and 6 legs that you're working with at one time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Stock Show Confidential.
Introducing Maxstrom, a new all-natural, highly concentrated liquid colostrum specially formulated to deliver stronger and healthier livestock. Our colostrum comes from local Grade A American dairy farms to ensure your animal's the most effective product available on the market. With the immune system and GI tract supercharged, our 4 natural growth factors will help increase muscle and bone tissue development faster than ever before. Get the natural advantage with Maxstrom.
Let's head out on the streets of the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, talk with some of the folks, and ask them what they'd like to say to the local farmers. If you could tell the American farmer and rancher one thing, what would that be?
What would I be? I would say God bless you for keeping the meat here in the country and feeding America.
Keep up the good work. I don't know what else I would say.
Yeah, you know,
buy American.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Keep producing beef. I like it.
All right, thanks. You know, everything that you wear, you eat comes from American farmer and rancher. If you could tell that guy that's producing all that one thing, what would you tell him?
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, everything that y'all wear, you eat comes from the American farmer and rancher. If you could say one thing to American farmer and rancher, what would you say?
Just thanks for taking care of our family.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Say hi. Give me 5.
Say giggin'.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, just all the work that he does, and, you know, what he produces as far as our food and, you know, clothing, what have you, I think it's terrific. So I would tell him thank you very much.
Stay with it. It's really important to everyone to have that those people raising those products for us, and they're conscientious about doing it.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
All right, perfect. Have a good time. Give me 5 bucks.
Thank you.
We're glad he's out there doing it because we appreciate eating the beef and all the corn and stuff that we eat at home.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good time.
Just keep working. That's what I do. I'm a rancher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of cattle you raising?
Beef cattle, mostly Angus.
Yeah.
But crosses with them too. Yeah.
Thank you for the job that you do. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, y'all enjoy. If you could tell that guy one thing, what would it be?
Thanks.
Perfect.
Just keep in there. Just hang on. It's going to get better.
Thank you so much. I love eating, so thank you.
Thank you.
That's the word. That is the answer.
Yeah.
Because without them,
we would have nothing.
We'd have nothing.
That's
You're
right,
exactly
yeah.
right.
Keep up the good work and just do more of it. I'm in the same ball game. I've got a ranch west of here, and I try to raise cattle to come in this kind of market too. But that's why we try to come out here and support everything. I bring my whole family out here, and this is family day for us. So, great question.
Thank you. Thanks for everything they do.
Probably thank you. To be grateful for that.
I'd tell them I've been there, I've done that, and I know how much work goes into every bite that we take.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been excellent.
Thank you.
Eat more beer.
I tell them to support their farmers because they actually make the world go around to make us you know, be able to get up in the morning, strong strength to get back to work. Because I think our farmers is the backbone of America.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you.
We're proud of you and we thank you very much. Yeah. And God bless America.
Go. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good time. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Stock Show Confidential as we head them up and move them out from Fort Worth, Texas. Until next time, here's hoping that we'll see you in the winner's circle.
So how many of y'all go to school? Okay, when you go to school on Monday, I want you to ask your teacher, what do farmers grow that you wear, you brush your teeth with, and you buy things with? And the answer is cotton. That's right.
Closed captioning brought to you by Stand Alone Feeds.